from the station that's working for you. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
Chris was thinking not of himself but of others.
A Metro teen sacrifice will be honored in the Rose Parade. Christopher Hudson Jr.'s portrait will be on the side of one of the famous flowered line floats New Year's Day. I'm Christelle Bell.
And I'm John Holt. Today, his Lee Summit family met with one of his organ recipients and the staff at the hospital who secured those organ donations so others could live. Fox 4's Dave DeMarco live at Research Medical Center tonight. Dave, quite an honor.
Certainly. Now, many of us probably wondering what's going to be under the tree this week. Well, Gary Dixon says he already received the greatest gift from that young man who's going to be honored at the Rose Parade: life. In February 2017, after decades of suffering from cardiomyopathy, Gary Dixon was added to the transplant list for a new heart. By April, he was at St. Luke's on a heart pump.
Waiting in the hospital, you're basically waiting for someone else to pass away. You're waiting for a tragedy in somebody else's life to make a blessing in your life.
The very same day Dixon was added to the list, a 19-year-old Longview Community College student decided to sign up to be an organ donor. 4 months later, Christopher Hudson Jr. was shot and killed by a driver with road rage near 104th and Holmes. What was the worst day in the lives of little Chris's family was the best in the 60-year-old Dixon's.
Every nurse on the floor showed up in my room, and they're all smiling. And they said, "We got your new heart."
Organ donor recipients can write letters to the Midwest Transplant Network, who pass them on to the donor's family. After a year, they can decide if they'd like to meet.
Early on, I developed a mantra of one day closer. I was one day closer. That was how I signed off on my letters.
And it touched me to my core. When I read it, it was one day closer that I will get to see my son in heaven.
The Hudsons and their 2 other sons have since developed a friendship with Dixon and his children. They also have embraced the doctors and nurses who tried to save him and little Chris's giving spirit.
Even though at 19 he wasn't thinking that this was going to happen, but at a 19-year-old child to say, hey, you know what, I'll be a organ donor. And then the fact that he was able to help 7 people is just, it's just a blessing.
When a float with Hudson's portrait goes down the Rose Parade route New Year's Day with his family there watching, perhaps the only person cheering louder will be Gary Dixon.
It's like throwing a stone into the water. There's a ripple effect. Well, I'm part of Chris Hudson Jr.'s ripple effect.
And also part of that ripple effect, Hudson's parents say they're doing their best to teach conflict resolution in the community so something like a road rage shooting doesn't happen. Meanwhile, his younger brothers are becoming organ donors. John and Christelle.
Dave DeMarco live tonight. Thanks, Dave.